Hey, folks, how y'all doing? Canal here, Bulls on Wall Street. What's going on? I want to talk to you about a couple trades that we did today, and this is a classic trade. We had a pretty good day, made about 4,000 bucks, traded the morning, but we had a very simple setup that I'd like to go over with you guys, and this is called like the secondary follow-through setup, essentially on what we'd say is a green to red play. So you get a stock like this WLL that bounced from about $3 to $13, running right into its 200-day moving average. Well, one of the things that you can notice about this stock is that it had like a pretty intense rollover at the end of the day once it hit the 200-day moving average into the close. And so when I see something like that and the stock's under its major resistance, and you see a kind of multi-dollar drop into the close, my first play in the morning is to see how the stock opens. If it's a light open where you get a spike at the open and then you start to fail, we want to take this trade short to play for the continuation of this initial move to the downside. So essentially it's a green to red play, but we're shorting even higher than that before it goes red and really anticipating this thing. And so you can see like right off the gate, WLL opened up and ran to 1275. And so what you have here is just a lower high, right? Because it can't break this previous high, it's just a lower high. And so once you get this rounding effect here, and it breaks back under VWAP, you have kind of your confirmation that this thing's coming back down. And so how I typically like to place is as it spikes up, I like to take a partial position and short into the spike. And so, I shorted the 1250s, 1,000 shares. And so as each one of these spikes is getting faded off, I'm slowly adding more shares to my position. And then when I get the confirmation and the break under VWAP, I add my last 1,000. And so I ended up with like 4,000 shares, and it's just, we're playing this quick flush here where it's just scale out, scale out, scale out, scale out. And then later on, you can see you had to run into the VWAP and a fade. But we did that same setup in WLL and SM. Very similar thing. You can see SM had that big fade in the close, and then see this thing? That gap up, and then it starts to round. And so you essentially are just making a lower high. And so you're taking this thing short and then playing back to the downside. So a very, very simple setup. It's something I use when the market gets really weak and has a big flush the previous day. And so on Thursday, we had this nasty day in the markets. And so we had to see this big flush into the close in the S&P. And so when I see that, I'm essentially looking for the stocks that also tank. And I'm looking for those, pops in the morning when they're green, and then for them to roll over. So that's it for now, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. This is what we do in our chat room every day. Our Bulls Vision program is a screen share where I have all of this up, and I'm clicking the buttons and walking everybody through this. And you get to actually see me trade live, which is one of the best ways to learn is to actually have somebody showing you what they do during market hours. And so feel free to ask me any questions or leave me any comments. We'll be having a webinar on May 10th too. I'd love to see you guys there. Me and my mentor Paul, we're going to be talking about how we're trading these markets right now, especially with the focus on energy stocks. And we'd love to have you in there May 10th. I'll see you guys all there. Take care.